Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of TC Finds. I'm Top Dead Center Tyler D. Cox, and today, second-gen gas Dodge truck. It's a good one.
It's a lie! Because his head's too fat to fit one.
You know what we got to do is turn the key.
It was all
It's happening!
I could do. Keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain. You don't have to call me darling. You never even call me by my name.
Beauty is only skin deep. Ugly goes to the bone. So this right here is what we call a rare bird. A single cab long bed Dodge. Wow, rare? Do tell. So this is a 5.2 liter. Never seen a 5.2 liter, have you? There's only 7 billion of them in this world. But no, this is a 5.2, 5-speed, NV 4500, not a 3500. 3/4 ton, Dana 44, Dana 60 truck. Kind of odd, a 5-speed, 5.2, 3/4 ton. You don't see that too often. It is a very basic truck. It's a 94, and it was dated, I think, 11 of 93 when it was made. So it's technically a 93, which is kind of even cooler because it's older. It's a basic truck right now. I mean, you see it in the single cab long bed platform a lot, but we're going to make it even weirder. But first, let's take a tour of it, and I'll show you the ins and outs of it. And we'll go back in time for a sec, and I'll show you how it came about and how it came into my possession. What's it going to be, Sam, on this episode of TC Finds? Catching him off guard. He owns the red truck. I own the green one.
I think I'm definitely getting screwed here, Tyler.
Oh, horse apples, sir. Horse apples. You're getting cash on your end of the deal.
I know, and you're getting new tires. And
Keep the tires.
What are they gonna fit on?
You keep this here second gen relay. I mean fourth gen relay. My bad. Yeah, you can have them. I'll take them home and take them off. You can sell them on Marketplace. A deal has been struck. Red truck for green truck. Goodbye, little truck. Gotta go, gotta go. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, that's better. That's better. Well, new adventure, here we come. So did you see it? Did you see how I got it? So I traded my green single cab automatic 5.2 half-ton truck and some cash for this truck. It's old Sam Sander, son of Farmer Ranch Mechanical. He fixes all my junk. So this is it. Let's look at it. So Sam has had this truck for a couple years, I think. It ain't too bad. It ain't too good either. The header crack came from my truck that I saved. That was part of the deal. I wanted to keep it. Has a set of Yokohama Geolanders. Those are one of my favorite tires. It had a full front replacement that he sold that used to be mine, but that's okay. We'll find another one. So as you can see, it's red, black, and tan. He did a little down there, and I think we could undo that. No diss on Sam though. And he spray painted the hood and fenders a little bit with red, but we'll get rid of that too because I'm about the natural patina here. Tow mirrors are a plus. Bed is actually pretty straight. It's got a fancy exhaust tip we could cut off. What's this line? It was some type of fire chief's truck or something, but we could get that red off there. Glass is broken. Did not get a discount for that. New headlights. I prefer the stock headlights. Those are aftermarket sport stocks, so we could change that. Ching Chong cab lights, we could get rid of those. These are here because I only know I'm going to the range here in a second. I do finish concrete, believe it or not. Something I'm almost good at. Yep, trash, junk. Let's look in here. Basic beach here. We got crank windows, no pocket, no nothing, which is cool. I like that. You know it will almost always work. It has a dash cover, and it has this bezel that's seen its day probably. I should have kept the one on my truck. Rubber floor mats. Seats out of a truck. Oh, look, my stupid cat's been in here. Oh, good Lord. That's no bueno. But I actually have a remedy for that. These seats were out of a truck that I actually traded him before. I had gotten a 5.2 gasoline single cab short bed from Sam. Somebody got artistic with the door panel. Don't know how I feel about that. And if we go up here, we get downright cultured. Look at that. I kind of like that. The kids like that. Let's see how many miles we got. 168,666. Ooh, we need to throw another mile on there. It used to be my radio. Came out of that nice, clean red second gen. If you go back and look at the video, you got some bullets. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Does it run though? Well, cold AC. So it has some idle problem where it like runs itself when you first start it. There we go. Then she smooths out. I got a good deal. I'm glad I put cash on my end of it.
E-brake works.
There we go.
She actually isn't half bad once it gets through whatever it does.
Well, here is the plan. The plan is to make that truck a dually. Now, does it make sense to have a 5.2 liter 5-speed 4-wheel drive single cab a dually? Probably not. But who else will have one? I don't think one of those has been made, nor obviously I don't think the factory made them. I know they made the 5.9 gas and the V10, such as this, but I don't think there was a 5.2 gas. So this will be kind of a neat truck. It won't do anything but be something to look at, but that's okay. We don't care about function. We just care about looks. So this truck I picked up a number of years ago. It was in a bulk buy like I do, and the bed is ridiculously straight. And I almost am scared to even use this bed, but this truck's not going to be for any type of real work. So we should be okay, and I'll be the only one driving it. Full of junk, has this cool cowboy camper, which I'm debating to keep on there or not. We can kind of play it by ear. It's power doors, might take the power doors, might take the hood, might take a lot of this stuff and use it on that one. It is black on the top and it has this cool stripe, so I don't know how well we could kind of make everything look right. But we'll start by emptying this bed out, get all the trash out of here, and pull this bed off and, well, do the thing. So wish me luck. There's no concrete in sight. There's no rock in sight. Just sticks, dirt, and nasty. So this is going to be a fun project. Oh, there's cactus growing in the bed. Looky there. I'll show you that. You know it's Texas when you have cactus growing in your trash. So yeah, look here. It was up against a bunch of old cedar trees. You can see where it's a little worn there. That's fine. Immel Motors. They were relatives of ours in Fredericksburg, Texas. You see this cool little strap. I think that's awesome. Full of junk from a truck. You know, junk just gets passed around here, truck to truck. It's a shame this thing doesn't run. I never tried to get it running. I mangled that with the Bobcat pretty hard. But the bed's worth what I paid for it. I think maybe I had $500 in it if I had to guess, and that's a huge stretch guessing. But these doors, like, could I use these doors? Well, I've robbed the door panel, but I bet I could use these doors. That'll eliminate me having to strip those other doors there. Why is it not latching? Oh, I must have sold that. Well, that sucks. Shame on me. Shame on me. There might be some more usable stuff in there. I don't know. Cowboy camper's full of crap. It's been full of junk since I got it. I've never cleaned this truck out. I've never done anything with it other than move it around and use it for storage. Yeah, it should be good. Fun fact, the front bumper's mangled the license plates off of it, but that license plate is what did that right there. So I'm going to work on getting this off. I'm not going to record it because it's just going to be me under there struggling, cussing and spitting, which nobody needs to see. And I'll come back around when this thing is ready to pull.
Just look how hodgepodge, no pun intended to hodgepodge Dodge Garage. Look at this, just, oh my gosh, it's terrible. It's like I did it. And they're like, yeah, the bed will stay on. This is great. This is fine. Whoever approved this? Well, they shouldn't have their job because this is all just trash. I mean, welded sideways, just trash. It's all trash. I'm gonna have to cut all this off. There ain't no way about it. So I guess I'm gonna go get my welder, grinder, start cutting away. So now we got the welder here in the back 40, so we could cut bolts. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta move the cactus now.
For those of you wondering, yes, I was doing it alone, and yes, it was difficult. Just the back and forth, getting every single bolt cut was rough. And on top of that, the cactus growing in there made 1,000,001 thorns to go all over my hands. But once that was situated, I realized that the weight distribution with that cowboy camper was too much. So I had to pull it, readjust 16 other times, and finally, I got the bed off.
I tell you what, in the words of Hank Hill, that was ridiculous, but it's off. Thank God. Look, now I can show you all the stuff. Like, yeah, let's cut up a bunch of brackets and just slap them wherever. That's how that hitch was put on. What garbage. What garbage. But that's off. Hopefully I didn't bend it up too much. So now I'll go get another strap and we'll transport it to the truck, or maybe I'll bring the truck here and we'll swap it out here in the sticks. That way I could drive out of here with it. All right, so we're gonna leave the bed here at the ranch for now. We'll go home, take this bed off, get it ready. I'm gonna have to cut this bumper off. I'll show you all how nasty it is on this one. And then we'll come back and get my bed. Up and coming project. So I'm pulling off these bed bolts here on concrete. Makes things a lot easier. But look at how nicely this bumper is on here. It is, we got all thread, we got booger weld, the 2-inch square tubing, to cut off mount, to thick bracket, to other bracket, like, to weird angle iron. All that has to go. That's all junk. And look at where the end of the hitch is against that. Can't really use a hitch to go. You can't use anything. You gotta have a long drop one. So we're gonna delete the bumper and figure out something else. wagon wheel spare. Didn't expect that there. And we could get to one bolt right through there. And this bolt for the bed, well, it's blocked by the hitch. Wonderful. Well, there's my hitch. And on the ground here are all my hitch bolts. And it's not moving. It is wedged in there. So I'm gonna have to pop that guy out of there. All right, everything is stripped and ready to take off. That bumper I'll cut off after I've got the bed off. I have plenty of bumpers, or could build one, so we could figure that out. That hitch I may put back on. If not, I do have another one that I know is a genuine factory hitch. Yeah, I'm debating to put a gooseneck in it. I know. Tyler, don't put a gooseneck in a 318 truck. I know. You know, I'm not stupid. I just do stupid things. Such as have the thoughts of putting a gooseneck hitch in a 318 truck. But, you know. Dodge, you'll do it. Said every guy ever. I think I will pressure wash this and maybe clean it up some, but really the thing is to get this bumper off. So I think I can pull this all thread out. There's no weld up here. There's spider web holding it there. Very little weld. That's good. I think I could take the Bobcat and take that puppy right off. Well, that's off. Whew. Yeah, those welds were junk, but oh, it's breaking. Surprisingly, it held. On the back. Be wary of what is on our public roads. Just saying. I have done sketchy things and do sketchy things. But like, I feel like there's a sense of, you know, safety in sketch, right? Well, this held, but man, I remember doing the bumper, one of my first bumpers I welded on when I was like 15, 16, and yeah, it looked like this. Sam, who owned the truck, didn't do it, thankfully. The previous owner did, but man, no bueno, no bueno. Look at all that iron. Now the next step is going to paint this. Might as well, because we can. And then go get the bed on. It's black. Now I let this dry, I forget. Right here, maybe the neck for the goose, This here gooseneck was on a white second gen dually. You see at the ranch in the background, flatbed, white, like every other truck out there. When I put the flatbed on, this had to come off. So we might just 70-18 the sunbuck right on. And forget about it. Why don't we get this squared up and duet to it. Well, we got that sunbuck splooged on. It ain't going nowhere. So now it's time to go get the bed. Well, there you are. I forgot my stand, so I couldn't film it, but it's okay. It was quick and swift. But yeah, we got something going now. I'll tell you what. Number one, though, we go empty all this crap. We need to go back. That was so much better. Dang, a Charlie Robinson tape. Bandera native. Believe it or not, it's an improvement. So now that we are back home, the thing to do is I'm gonna bolt it down and take that tip off. And then make sure my hitch is situated with my cut. It's a little and start wiring the tail lights back up, and then we can move on to bumper, taking paint off, front grill guard or replacement bumper. We do have to clean it, and we got to put a seat in it. So there's a lot to do. I will not bore you with putting in bolts again and wiring the tail lights. All right, through the process of elimination, I was able to wire up the trailer plugs, and it was doubled on these, on this. But I went ahead and just sandwiched 2 wires in there, and we'll just plug it in once I figure out the bumper situation. But we're situated enough for now, so I guess the next thing, I guess it's the bumper. Well, here's our bumper solution. You might recognize this bumper from Big Blue, the flatbed we just built. But we pulled the bumper off and put the flatbed on. So this may work. I did cut off the mounts getting it off because it had been welded 500 times on the Blue. But I'll measure and see what we could come up with here. Right, Jerry? Well, there is one mounted. We'll put the bumper back in here. That way nothing can ever hit the truck. No, but we got that puppy in there. I think I'm only going to do 2 bolts. This truck will never tow anything that's heavy enough to warrant doing more. But I'm going to cut this guy right in there, flip it around, get this equal, and then we'll figure out how to stab this heavy booger up there. All right, our brackets are on, and I went ahead and did 3 bolts in each. It just wouldn't have been right to do 2. So now to figure out how to get this on there, we're gonna have to like cope it with a torch and do some figuring. That sucker's heavy. Here we go. Well, that might be right. We're gonna find out. Wow, I actually got close. Oh, sorta. Right here, stand back. It's barely on there. I'm gonna look at things, see how we need to go. Surprisingly good though, is how this is going. Since it's from a 3rd gen, it does not wrap as close as it should, but I could always fill this in or do a little something something. I'm gonna have to tack one side, then tack the other, but it should work. It'll do its job. I'll show you how close we are. See, pretty dang close. Pretty dang close. Now to weld for years. Hooray. Well, there you are. So now I need to do the front bumper. But I think I'll go ahead and start test fitting tires just because Jerry said it looks a little funny without the tires. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, now we need to pull these wheels off. Anyone want some of these fancy wheels? I want the tires, but I'm just not a fan of these wheels. One adapter lug nut. Here you go, Jerry.
Okay.
Now, these hubs and drums may or may not fit a dually wheel immediately. I might have to use spacers for the whole thing, and no, I'm not going to put whole rear end under it because all this works. It's really for looks. It's not for any actual use. But we'll go get one of the dually wheels and test fit it and see if it clears the... See if it clears the drum. And if it clears the drum, then we'll slap a spacer on, or heck, we can put the other wheel on. We'll see. All right.
Guess what?
Huh.
It will be this fancy.
We'll see. I hope it fits.
Look how,
I'm not holding my breath, though.
if you lift it up, man. Look how fancy it looks like, man. There's a heart up.
We do not clear. Oh, as suspected. No biggie. Spacers. Problems. Those don't fit. Those don't fit, even with the spacer, because that drum is too big around. So we need to figure out different spacers, or we're gonna go through what I have and see what we can find. Maybe we can make something work. So the current issue at hand is, even with a bigger spacer, the dually wheel does not clear that brake drum. The older brake drums, or later, I forget the year, that don't have those fins, they do clear. Barely, but they do. So I either need to change out the drum, or I need to try to switch to a 17-inch wheel, dually wheel, that is bigger, that could do that and fit around there. Which I have a truck I could swap these brand new tires I bought and put on it and pull those on and put it on this. So we're gonna have to figure that out, right, me boy?
Yeah, we'll put these on the truck at the ranch.
Right. Good deal. But it's late, so we'll deal with that tomorrow. Well, here's my pride and joy, truck I've had since
high school. I was 16 years old when I got this truck. You've seen it in an episode maybe, but we're gonna rob these wheels and tires off it. But I'll be putting brand new ones on it to replace it, so that makes it okay. But the hope is this wider 17-inch wheel will clear. So we'll pull one off and give it a try. Well, hey there, fella. Sweet, a tree frog. Now for the drum roll of truth. Will these clear? Feeling confident. Oh, they clear. With a spacer. I wonder if they'll clear with I wonder if they'll clear without the spacer. Or at least with the smaller spacer. Well, we got an assortment of good here. We got the spacers off my old dually, we got hubcaps, we got tires. Unfortunately, I have so many pairs of spacers, but not enough little lug nuts. But that's okay. So now to see what works how. So finally, we got the motion. No, we got the potion for the motion here. There's one. Here's two.
Dang. That's not bad at all. Looks neat.
Ain't much stud for the HUD though. Mister.
Well,
Ugh. Tires are touching.
oh, right.
Well, we're gonna have to assess here. Oh. If I only had like a small spacer. Just when you sitting there, but then, you know, this is why you don't do this. This is why you just swap the rear end. We're not quite out of the woods yet. So I used the whole set of the spacer lug nuts right here. So I need to go find more, but at least we'll have this set up. Thank you, son.
We'll take the tire out of there.
All right, we do need to take it out.
And that's why I was scared happened. Oh, bouncy under the truck.
Maybe.
Probably real one. If we're
At this point, it would have been easier to just change the rear end. Yep.
And that's why.
So Zane gave me these. These are Ford hub adapters. We're gonna be asking for a lot right here if that goes around that, but it might. If it does, we're in business. We're close. Well,
I just cleaned this up with the sander a little bit here on the inside. I'd show you, but it's, oh well, here we go. Just a little bit, just cleaned it up. Came down in here with the wheel, fit perfect, just, and it'll fit. So that's a win, because people want a lot of money for these stupid things. Moment of truth here. Oh. Beautiful. Done. Well, it's looking more and more like a dually every minute. Luckily, over there in my gator, my brother next door had some lug nuts so we could actually get the other side on today. So I'm gonna hop over here, start working on this. I'll catch up with you when that's done, because no sense in repeating. Now kids, don't run spacers. Take that from my experience. That's what I'm telling you to do. My own personal luck with spacers is pretty good. I've only ever had one back off one time on the first gen. Actually, the only vehicle I've had wheels back out on were first gens. But nonetheless, don't run spacers. Don't do what I'm doing. Do it right. You heard it here first. Anyways, on other notes, how cool. Not the tip, but the rest of it, how cool. And, I don't know. See where the day takes us. So tucked away here in the stash is one of my first bumpers. Not that I built, I had. And he got pretty mangled in a wreck. I forgot how mangled. But nonetheless, we could fix it. Fun fact, that right there is a 1998 and a half Dodge Ram 2500 Cummins frame that has never had a truck on it. That is a brand new frame. Or at least it was. My dad's childhood, or my childhood car that I rode around there with my dad. Very fond memories in that Samurai. Dodge parts. So I guess I'll start here by cutting this piece of pipe out. Maybe it'll relieve some tension there. I'll pick somewhere here, probably the split, and cut this piece of strip out. And then maybe that'll give me what I need to be able to bend the deck back up. And yeah, that's a little cocked. It's not right, and at the end of the day, without redecking it, I think the only main good thing left is the pipe. But the way these mount is pretty stupid. I mean, that is not very strong, because what it's holding's up there, it just allows things to cave. But it'll work for this big ugly truck. For Big Red. So I've got this angle iron in here. I'm short one bolt. But that I feel is stronger than this will ever be. As far as not being able to pull up because it has that bolt. I don't know. You tell me what you think. But that should be pretty good. So now I'm going to lift this, get it on here. I probably have to cut that off, but that's okay. Then I'll assess exactly how I want to set this up. This is it. Don't get scared now as I throw out my back. It's not light, in case you're wondering. swimmingly so far. Okay. Bear with me a moment. We need to go way up. We're getting all jacked up! Hence the Jackson. I knew this would be an awkward procedure here, and it's proven to be so. We got this.
Mhm.
This right here, I think, is as close as I'm gonna get. It's hard to tell, but it's pretty okay. I'll give you this view from over here. You don't look half bad. I mean, the bumper's been wrecked, so we can only expect so much perfection. But I think we're gonna call this good enough. And my plan, I think now, is right here. I'm just gonna take a piece of square tubing, go across there, or C channel, and butt weld it, and call it a day. Wow, what a progressful day. Oh look, there's rain over there. I need to finish out the bumper, but it's welded on. For what it is, it'll do a-okay. We got all the wheels on, sorted all that out. That was a lot, right, Jerry?
Yeah.
Say hi, Cheese.
Hi.
So now it's already 7:30, so we gotta clean up, right?
Yeah. Someone is dripping.
Oh yeah, the rain's coming. Well, we're gonna go on a test drive. Here, Jerry, you hold it.
Okay.
Watch your fingers, make sure they aren't in the screen. It rubs a little hard left. Not too bad. It doesn't drive too bad. I'm actually pretty surprised. Feels a little doggy, but it's gone now. What do you think?
I like it.
You like it? You appreciate it.
I do.
You understand.
Other than the 318 power.
Dang. But look at that, though.
It sits right, though. Now it just needs 513 gears.
Yeah. Another evening, another try of getting stuff done. Got a passenger door glass that the truck needs, so I'm going to try to install that real quick. And from some dually fenders I had saved, I robbed some functional marker lights with a mount. So we'll use that up, see if I get that in. Hopefully a 99 passenger door glass is the same. But with my luck, well, it's questionable. Check this out. Uncut. Well, a little bit here. But it was pristine. It's a shame. See? Chrysler. But we got to get to stuff, so we got to do stuff to stuff. We got glass with a really crappy tint, but it works. So if you needed to know, a 99's glass will work on a 11 of 93's door. And a single cab too. And this glass is from an extended cab 99, and this is single cab 94, so it does work. We are now insured and tagged. Mud flaps are the bane of a lot of my existence. Can't live with them, can't live without them. But figuring out where to put them sucks. Right there look good? See if I could self-tap these in place, sorta, kinda. There's no good way without building brackets. I thought about putting them on the back of the bumper, but the bumper doesn't go out far enough. Okay, looky there. And no, Napa doesn't sponsor me. They're just my only local auto parts store. Does that look straight? That feels straight-ish. I'll get this one started, then straighten it. Maybe. Straight enough. Well, this is the day. Today's the day I'm gonna be done with this truck. I didn't take it on a test drive yesterday like I planned, but that's okay. I want to get the rest of this paint off. There's remnants of red spray paint too that I want to get off. I have a new seat we could put in it that's not torn. Have a new floor mat. This floor mat seems small, like it doesn't go underneath the trim. So I have another one that we could put in. Maybe finish the bumper, but probably not because I want to mount a winch in there, I think. So that could be, you know, an after the episode deal. Go on and wash it, and we're done. So, better get to it. I hit that with a little acetone, and I'm gonna see now if I can pressure wash it off. Well, there is one side sorta. There's obviously little bits down there that I'm not gonna worry about right now. What a pain. I ended up having to scrub most of it with acetone and steel wool, and it might be a little dull when it dries, but it'll be fine. Tried to come up in here and you can see where there's still bits of spray paint, but that kind of adds patina to the thing. So we'll leave it alone. And it looks like at one point there was a flare that went right here. I don't know if y'all could see that line. You can really see it over there. Just tiny flares. Probably they were probably chrome.
It was like this, but it was like this.
Yep.
Circle, but it was like this now.
That's right. So there's one side. Now we just have the other side, which really, this is the worst part. I'm not looking forward to doing any of this, so I'll be happy to be done. Hours and hours later, it's all red again. Little patina showing through on this fender. There's all sorts of red. I can't tell what's what, but it has a good look to it. Once it dries, it'll look worse. So now, to move on to better things, we do need to still wash it all, but I'm tired of washing things. But you see this while I was talking about it, of how it seems small. And these seats, well, that one's pretty torn up. So we'll swap these out too. Take all this out, put that in. Well, now I've got this carpet or mat free. It's a matter of just scooping it on out of here. This should be the fun part. Oh, don't tell me I gotta seriously take the seatbelts out. Guess I don't have to now. There we go. Oh boy. Nasty in here. Oh wow, there's a tag under here. Okay, here's the fun part.
I don't quite know. I don't know if that comes off. Exactly how this works here. There we go. Get that, which I forget what this is. An airbag thing. What is that? Chrysler PN. Blah, 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 airbag. Something to do with the airbag. Okay, and then this here, we just gotta, yeah, we'll work around it here. Because I'm gonna have to use, unless I just pull that up, then I gotta, is it under it? Yeah, it's under it a little bit. Of course, couldn't be all sunshine and crackers. And that is not a 3/8 at all. We need quache. Or 5/16. We need 5/16. And we got that right here. All to put rubber mat right back in it. It'll be a little nicer. That's all I'm doing this for. Why? I don't know. It's content. I'll feel better about it. Not the content, but the truck. I mean both, but a little bit more livable goes a long way. It's the little things. Rick Derringer died this week. For those of you that know, you know. That dude was a guitar guru. And that guy could play better than 95% of the people out there. Uh-oh. I did get to meet him once, me and my dad did. That was really cool. It was special. Okay. Work this old carpet right over our shifters and boots. Yeah, there we go. Boy, all the weight the stash is gonna want. Oh, that was actually really easy. Oh boy, that heater core leaks. That's a fact. Okay. Voila! I'm gonna vacuum this. And then we'll get the other carpet and put it in. Well, since we're here, might as well. It's laying around. Did you install all of it the way I asked?
Yeah.
Yeah? You did great. Looky there.
I did
He might have had a little help.
I did this part.
Yeah, the smoothing. So now to put the floor in, or the rubber in. As I'm putting this back together, I remember I have a little something that might work perfect. I have this from one of the swaps I've bought. I don't see why this won't bolt in there. Ha-ha! Oh, that makes me happy. So I'm figuring this out. This bottom deal isn't original to this. So I'm going to take this back off and play with it and see what combo will work for that. But I am pumped. That's going to be great. It's in. Had to use some long self-tappers here and there, but overall it will work. I'm pretty pleased with that. So now to get the tray back in and the newer seats. Well, my nice not torn seat doesn't line up. It's close, there to there. That I'm able to get to line up in that inner one. So the inner ones line up, the outers do not, or vice versa. The outers do, the inners don't. And that puts the seat that much more forward. Oh, what to do. So for the solution here, I was a cop-out and went with the easy thing, which was just drill a hole, stick a bolt in it. Drill a hole, just backstick a bolt in it. And the same thing on that other side. we aren't going to concern ourselves with this type of stuff this episode. So now, get this trim in. Yeah, it's a little dirty. It needs a good cleaning, but it's definitely better than the other one. Ta-da! They do sit a little like that. So that's just extra tight, but that's okay. Interior is essentially, you know, that doesn't mean really, but sorta done. Well, almost everything's done. We've done everything but address any mechanical issues, but that's okay because that's not what this episode's about. This episode was about making this truck a dually and throwing a bunch of used parts I had on it and making it a cooler truck. So the last thing to do today, I think, is wash it and a few little, you know, crossing your I's and dotting your T's, and we're done. So my pressure washer will start. We're gonna wash it. Haha! That's only needed to happen the whole episode. Oh, honestly, it looks worse without it. I guess it's cleaner. Well, now the only thing left to do is go get some gas. Final test drive. I checked the oil and it's a quart low, so that's perfect. It's ready to go. So, let's go on test drive. Well, we're doing it. It drives a little poopy. Looks a little poopy. AC is a little poopy as far as blow pressure. But all of that can be fixed with time. Nobody said all this has to be done right now. Heh, idiot light for shifting. Oh, no tack. My thoughts are I'm gonna keep this truck. It's replacing my little green one that's running around, and sure, I'm replacing it now with a dually, but it's not an actual dually. They'll still run around easy, essentially do the same thing. So I'll address all these little things here and there as time goes on. Right now, we just need to figure out, though, if they'll even go to the gas station. Once we do that, the deal is sealed. All right, open road, here we go, traffic coming. So far, so good. Oh, it's a pig. We got a little wibble wobble, possibly from bad tires. feels better. Third. Fourth. Yeah, fourth's where we start shaking. Man, I wish I had a tack. That'd tell us a lot. Vibration's getting less. It very well could be just tires. I mean, I genuinely mean it. Look, we're hardly shaking now. I bet you it's tires. Oh, we got the gas station inside. Oh, nice flatbed Ford. Power stroke. How you doing, big timer? Oh, brand new wheels and tires. There's the gas station. Time to fill this puppy in. Alright. Got fuel. Full tank. Should be good to go. If we make it home, we're in. Well, this is going to conclude this episode of TC Finds. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, the likes, the shares, all that good stuff. Thanks to Zane for always helping. Well, it wasn't in this episode much, but he always helps. Thanks to my boy Jerry Lee. I don't know if my girls helped me this one. Anyways, go do something, even if it's bolting a bunch of crap on the truck that is very questionable. Just do it. You're doing something, and it might come out good. See you next time.